All right, we're live. Oh, these are we do these in episodes of two, as you'll see that very, very easily, considering we were the same close to two of them. I know I probably mentioned it, but people are still gonna ask questions. So, Mike, you're normally on hands with the synopsis. You go ahead, buddy.
Okay, so episode 3 is, I love these titles, by the way. Who do you think you are, having two faces? In the
I
aftermath of
love
the
it.
previous battle, Kamina, Simone, and Yoko proceed to forage for provisions. However, a chance encounter with a formidable beastman, Viral, and his powerful gunman forces the Gurren and the Lagann to combine to form a new gunman. Take a wild guess.
No one knows. Even I love that Leiteron's like, wow, so creative.
Liron's reaction to their combined name is it's just perfect, the perfect tone for what the series is going for.
Exactly. And his reaction to them combining, period. This is one of the stupidest things in all of the show. And it gets memed to death. And my buddy Chris mentions it all the time. He's like, they're going to combine. They're going to combine. They're going to combine. Oh, honey, please.
I kind of love how like the actual sequence kind of looks like one of those magical girl transformations.
Exactly.
That's what they were going for, wasn't it?
It is. It is so much, and we've mentioned this before. A lot of this stuff is just parodying to the nth degree. And I didn't mention this last time. They pull the same attack that they pulled the first time, where it's the so I do not screw it up. Whoa, where is it? Gosh dang it! Where did I write it down so I don't screw it up? It's the manly what is it called again? I know I wrote it down somewhere. Gosh dang it! I always screw it up when I say it, so I'm trying not to. Gosh dang it! All right, it's the combustion of manly souls cannonball attack. I believe it's called. There's an exact weird wording, but it's like it's the Dragon Ball meme. You call out your specialized move before you do it. It's just so they know you're hitting them. It's the cockiness thing. But yeah, it's all of it is a parody until the show basically became its own version of what all these parodies were, which I like.
That's going to be interesting once we get to the back half of the series.
It's different, but it's still so good. Oh, I can't wait, because like I said, it becomes its own version of the thing. It's no longer the jokes. Well, there's still plenty of jokes, I won't say that, but it's got a different tone. So we'll see. We'll get there. Anyway, your initial thoughts.
What I really like about this episode is the Beastman they face, Viral. Mm-hmm. He actually has a personality, and he is a threat.
Yes.
Like in the first two episodes, yeah, they're fighting Beastmen, but they just kind of seem like monsters of the week.
Yes.
This actually feels like he's, a worthy adversary.
One thing that you will realize very quickly with this show is you will know if you're going to see that character again.
Because they have a theme.
Exactly. They have a theme and they have a personality. As soon as you see their conversation, you're like, there's a lot to them. All right. They want me to know that person's going to come back. That guy's going to be important. So yeah, you know very quickly. Random thing from the next episode that we aren't talking about yet. Shocker, you're not seeing that again. But yeah, keep going. Go ahead.
What else? I think just the revelation of like them combining one makes sense because the title kind of spoils it.
Yes.
But also like them combining is just so anime, but it's also perfect. It makes like the second half of this episode just so engaging.
It is. And One thing that I love in this episode, it's a single little itty bitty, or it's probably my favorite. What I want to say back and forth in this episode is last episode you got to hear the whole "you believe in the Kamina who believes in you," and the second when Kamina's not trying to act tough in front of Simone and it's just him and Yoko, he's like, "I believe in myself because I believe in that kid." That kid is what make. And there's an exact quote that comes in later episodes, so I won't ruin it. But there, he's like, he's the one that does it. I'm just the one here. He gets the job done. I was just like, these two, they are 100% supportive of each other, and it never stops. And it's like you said, with the combining, it fits every. I can't say it enough. This is a show about mechs that use the mechs as a plot device to drive forward what they're trying to say about the characters in every degree. It is stupidly well how just you realize everything about Gurren Lagann is a character trait or a lesson they are trying to learn. They just do it through the mech. Obviously, later, there's some things, like there's a rather large amount of Itano circuses that happen. They're just like massive explosions. What lesson does that have, Brock? There isn't one. There's not 100% like cross here, but for the most part, there is.
At least when it comes to their relationship, they're like that's when you get the most the most direct kind of parallels between, you know, the literal combining of the mechs and their bond as bros.
Yes,
getting stronger.
Oh, for sure. Another thing about Vero, we'll keep mentioning because we're not done with the episode, but you will notice another theme in this thing of why the Beastmen have certain names, the ones that at least get names. Well, Viral and the top guy, I'd have to think back a little bit on a couple of other cronies that you meet later. But there is a theme with this, with all that they hammer over your head in the second half that becomes very obvious. But yeah, just that mind that viral means viral as an infection, other things like that. They just, you never exactly hear some of the pronunciations when you watch the actual sub. So you're only hearing this. And one of the pronunciations, which I don't think we're going to hear it for like 3 or 4 episodes, drives me morbidly insane in the dub that we are watching. I get what they're saying, but there should be a space in a person's name and it should be pronounced differently, and it drives me nuts. It's the only thing I don't like about
Oh boy.
It's the only thing we don't like. And you will catch it instantly the second you see this character's name. You will know it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And he's a very important character.
Oh, so you're going to hear his name like a lot then.
Oh, yeah. In the second half of this season or core, you'll hear his name at least 15 times. He's a big part. But just not to say spoiling that, you know, Viral's coming back. Viral becomes a very prominent person. And him and Cameron have a bit of a rivalry. Hearing him finally feel like he has a challenger in this was really cool to me. And I don't think we mentioned it yet. We mentioned it right before we started. Viral's theme, Nikopol, or I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, could not find a good definition, might be my second favorite theme in the entire show. That guitar riff that hits the second he comes down crashing with this gunman. Oh.
Yeah, the second he makes his appearance, that's when I knew, oh, this isn't going to be your this isn't going to be like a slow episode.
No, not in the slightest. And it's not going to be a slow episode. And this is the first time, like you said, with Viral being a threat, this is the first time where Kamina and Simone had to be like, so we can't just punch this guy, huh? And they end up learning lessons on how to fight through Viral because of how full of himself Viral is. He's like, stop trying to surprise attack me. It's not going to work. Do something else.
By the way, who voices Viral? Because his voice sounded so familiar, and that I couldn't place it was frustrating me the whole time.
Let's see. It's a person's name who I never remember. Sam Riegel?
Oh. Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
Hold up. The IMDb is spooling away. internet connection ain't been the best today, so get a little bit. Well, that's spooling up. We'll get past it. But yes, he has a very, you feel like you've
Oh my
heard
God,
it.
he's Tristan from Yu-Gi-Oh!
No way! Oh, he is. Holy crap.
God, no wonder.
He's also been in the new DuckTales series. He's been a bunch of people. Hack Slash, Gavin, Gilded Man, Moonlanders, Stinky Boot. Oh my gosh, yeah, that would explain.
Okay, yeah, so he's been around.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, that dude pulls off pissed off Beastman better than most. It's just he chews up scenery whenever he talks, and I greatly appreciate that, and that's why I'm happy we got more of him. And you'll grow to like him. I have a feeling you'll really grow to like him because you're going to see him a lot. And they don't put, that's one thing I know I've said it. They don't put people in the show unless they have an exact purpose. They don't just lob somebody and hope the characters like them. And then if they don't, they just pull them away like certain shows do. But anyway, yeah, this was basically the introduction to Viral. You get to go see them getting the food. One of the things where, like, you have to realize this is a parody. Well, the first time I was watching this, I'm like, okay, she has a high-powered energy rifle. She's going to go hunt down tiny animals. Just like, luckily, this thing runs on battery power, so I can use these arrows. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm just like, you know what? I can't say anything. They integrated a mech just by shoving the thing into his head, and they have an explanation for that later. But it just, yeah. And speaking of because that's one thing that'll be big with Lagann later is the integration aspect, and you got to see a chunk of it in this when he like crushes the top end of Viral's gunman, and he just takes the samurai helmet and it integrates instantly onto the top of them and like switches colors and everything. They do a lot of cool stuff with that.
I really like that moment. It kind of completes the look of the combined mech.
It does. And it's like, we're as tall as you know, you son of a... All because he got the hat and he grew 3 inches. He's that much where he's like, you don't scare me anymore. I'm as tall as you are. And you get... one thing I liked about it is that... And it led to like the interaction between Yoko and Kamina, is finally you got to see Kamina kind of succeed to Simone a little bit when they're talking about the fight, and he's just like, when he dug the hole, like Kamina was irately pissed at him because he's like, we ran away, dude. I don't brag about not running away from fights to everyone just so you could run away. And then at the end of it, after he blocks that laser and they combine and everything's done, he's finally just like, I'm not scared, bro. Well, I am. We could fight another day and be better at this. And he's just like, yeah, it's that level head of yours. I'd be dead without it. What was that? Nothing. Let's go home.
Their relationship is perfect.
It is. It's perfectly understated. They don't overdo their personalities, and both of them have pretty big personalities, which could be hard to handle sometimes. But yeah, and you get to see that our little merry band of people are going to be going off to visit the headquarters, because you get to see that revelation that Leron had about the fact that since they stole the gunman, they have a recall point to go to their base of sorts, I guess I should say. And that was kind of the thing where I'm like, yeah, you should have been looking for stuff like that, because how do they know how to go home? But
yeah, that's always kind of been a question of like, wait a minute, where did they come from? And I like how we're still only 3 episodes in, and already that's something that's addressed.
Yeah, they don't just like, we should be asking these questions. And luckily that's why they have Leron around, because he's just going to be like, those guys are too dumb to look at this stuff, so I'm gonna look at it. And yeah, so they all send them off, and you get to see little sprinkles of what we thought was pretty obvious of the budding Yoko thinks Kamina is the cat's ass kind of thing, and that they're start of a relation, or I should say crush. Crush is what I should say.
Yeah, crush seems more appropriate. for better or for worse, the show never makes it obvious whether or not they're going to get together.
Yes,
because she seems like she has a very amicable relationship with both Kamina and Simone.
Exactly. And you're gonna start seeing it's I'm not gonna say that because that's a spoiler, but this does something that is a trope that I normally hate in other shows, but it only does it for a short amount of time and not like a whole season. So I'm okay with it because it only does it for what it needs to do. So yeah, we'll get to that. So our little merry band has gone from just chemo. Good Lord, I'm getting the next episode mixed in already. Kamina, Simone, Yoko, and Liron, and of course their new combined mech, Gurren Lagann. Moving on onto their merry adventures to find the gunman base. We pretty much covered everything because the rest of it was just really cool fights. I mean, we got to finally see that one of these mechs has a laser blast, so that was something that was different. You're getting to see a little bit more upgrades in arsenals. So, but as I ask every time, what is something, if anything, you could improve, or just your overall thought? Go ahead.
I think the one problem I'm having so far after 3 episodes, and I know the whole theme is about like, you know, believing in yourself and not giving up. This is the first episode where the message is kind of getting a little repetitive, and I wasn't a big fan of like the moment with Yoko and Simone when basically she's saying like, I don't think you're ready for this. Let me pilot. It's like, no.
I get it. And that is a giant part of what Kamina's personality is, and that does eke away a little bit. Like once Simone finally stops doubting himself, you'll see that's why he repeated it so much. But yeah, I do fully understand that. That is one thing that could have been toned down just a teeny bit. But yeah, that's one thing where it's like you can't write everything perfectly, and when you're trying to drive a message, it's going to be overdone a little bit if it's the main core part of what the episode is. Like it reminds me of it. The one thing I hated about, oh boy, what season of The Flash was it where they introduced no, Barry, we're the Flash?
I can't remember if that's season 4 or season 5.
I don't know, but that got said so many times, and I wanted to punch Iris in the face every time she said it. I'm like, no, you are not. You are his wife. You are a couple. He is the Flash. Shut up. Oh, she's a great actress and she's great in that role, but that was stupid. We're a couple. We love each other. Yes. Yes, you are. You're not a superhero. Anyway, that is it for this episode. If you guys if anyone is watching this and I saw someone poking in and out, we'll be stopping for about 2 seconds and we'll be back live again. This is just to make it easier on me. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Mike, where can they reach you?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Captain K482. Check out all my quick thought reviews on letterboxd.com/CoachK482. And check me out on all the various Facebook groups at my name. Listen to all of our podcasts at Renegade Pop Culture on Anchor, on Spotify. Follow Ren Pop Culture on Twitter. And check out renegadepopculture.com.
Our man Kiona over there has got some really cool stuff coming, so be paying attention because he's been working his butt off to get some really awesome stuff put out. So I'm proud of that, dude. I'm proud of that, dude. You can find me everywhere at Organoid0 if you like games and such. I just became an affiliate on Twitch, so if you want to go and watch me there, thank you. It was a hard little trek with their algorithms sometimes, but I still got it done, and I'm happy. And like I said, these will be going up on YouTube. If you're not watching it live, you already know that. So, yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Until then, spin on. Love you guys.
Peace.